I started doing stand-up. Well, first of all, I started kickboxing. And when I started kickboxing, that's when I started getting, like, brain damage. And I was realizing I was getting brain damage. Because we were sparring hard.
Oh, for sure. Like, for real, you were.
Yeah, legit.
You're getting dinged up. And
I was, like, laying in bed with headaches after sparring. And, and there was no money in it. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm 21. What am I doing with my life? Like, I can't keep doing this. And I had already started doing open mics. So I had already started doing stand-up comedy. But I was kind of, like, just dabbling in it. I thought I could do that too, but I still had these competition aspirations. And then the brain damage thing was scary because I knew quite a few people around me that from the time I was 16 till the time I was 21, I saw them deteriorate, like noticeably slurring their words, forgetful, not knowing what you were talking about like moments ago.
Yes.
And I knew that's coming. And I knew that was coming for me.
And CTE back then wasn't in the conversation. Like, that wasn't in the lexicon, right?
Brain damage was. People would talk about people being punch drunk. But I knew too many people that I saw it in them. I saw a deterioration. From young people, I saw slurring in their words. And they would have, like, one drink of alcohol, and it would be like they were hammered. Because something happens when people are punch drunk. When they drink, they just fall apart.
Yeah.
And I saw that too. And I was like, okay, I got to stop doing this. Like, this is dangerous. Because we weren't sparring smart. We were going to war.
Like, no headgear?
No headgear. I mean, sometimes headgear, but most of the time no headgear. Most of the time it was just going to war.
Yeah.
And you weren't really sparring. You were fighting. We were fighting all the time. And just guys getting dropped all the time. And that was just the kind of gym that I was in. It was a hard-ass fucking kickboxing gym and beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
And I was realizing, like, okay, I got to get out of this. Like, this is gonna ruin me. Like, and then if my mind gets ruined, my life is ruined. Because then you can't think, you can't do things, you don't know what the fuck you're doing in life. It's like literally everything is the quality of your ability to think. And I knew that I was putting that in jeopardy. So then I went all in comedy. But I realized from martial arts that if I go all in on something, I could be successful at it.
That's right. Like, that's the anchor.
Yeah, that's it.
That you learn.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, man, when I read that. Yeah.
There's things in life that I think every kid should do something difficult, whether it's playing chess or whether it's soccer or whether it's wrestling, something that really fucking tests you, because you learn that you can get better at stuff, and you learn that you can overcome all those feelings of weakness that are inside of you.
Yeah. And it acts as like a forcing mechanism for discipline.
Yeah.
And to work through that shit. And also, I feel like it's like with you in martial arts and then transitioning over to comedy, I feel like it also, for me, it forces also our kids to find their thing. And even as you get a little older, you know, in your teens and in your early 20s, because, dude, in my early 20s, I was still trying to figure out who I was and what I was going to be, and even into my 30s. But I feel like as you're searching for that thing, it's like with me in football. Like, I thought football was my ticket. That was the thing that's going to allow me to, I'm going to buy my parents their first house.
Right.
Because I didn't live in a house until I was 27. I was WWE champion, was the first fucking house I lived
amazing.
in. It was amazing. So I thought football was a ticket. And then I realized down the road, like, I have to finish this chapter in my life because I don't have that skill set to go on. I could continue to push it and push it and push it, but no. But like I was saying, it forces kids to as well, and older kids as you get into adulthood, to find your thing, right? Because a lot of times we're in the thing, we think it's the thing, and it's going to be our ticket out, but it's not.
And if you can find one thing, you can find many things.
Yeah, right.
It's like the Miyamoto Musashi quote. Once you know the way broadly, you can see it in all things. There's some real wisdom in those words, because there's something about finding a pursuit or a passion or something that you truly love that's engaging and challenging, that is exciting for you, and it advances you as a person. And the lessons that you learn in pursuing that thing, you apply to everything in your life.
Everything in life, man.
Yeah.
Everything in life.